Welcome back to the Week 2 recap, Week 3 preview. I didn't do a Week 1 recap, Week 2 preview. Suck it. Jump right into it. First game was Will versus me. I'm not really sure why I call any of you friends or why I continue to do this, but here we are. This looks a lot like last year. I think my team is actually worse than last year. It's only 2 weeks in, but I'm in real bad shape. Nick takes down Jordan 113.5 to 103.4. Nick's team isn't all that good as of week 2. Jordan continues to start New England's defense, which gives him negative points. Jordan's 0-2 going into a tough matchup against Mike in week 3. Game 3, Ariel takes down Virgil 146.9 to 120.9. Ariel's team showed up this week for sure. Definitely more of the team he drafted. Virgil still struggles with injuries, having a tough go of it. We'll see if he bounces back week 3. Game 4, Crispy takes down Rob, but not for a lack of fucking complaining. 127.6 to 121.3. Rob was extremely unlucky losing Jordy at the beginning of that game, putting up a goose egg. Golden Tate couldn't do it for him Monday night. But there's light at the end of the tunnel for Rob, since he's playing me and my abysmal squad this week. Next up is Rags versus Mike. Rags takes down Mike 121.6 to 107.6 in the battle of the waiver idiots. Rags came into this one having spent $100 on Kerwin Williams. I guess we'll wait to see if Mike tops that in waiver wire blunders, but we'll see. Last but not least, in the week 2 games, we have Kurt versus Pete. Kurt's team went off like we kind of thought it could. Pete is struggling with Le'Veon, but usually Zeke helps him out there. Zeke went MIA. Kurt's team looks good. Pete's team looks good. I expect both these teams in the playoffs. I guess we'll start with the dumpster fire that is the Week 3 matchup between Rob and myself. Gronk is hurt and Jordy is banged up for Rob, but I literally have missed on almost like my first 6 picks. I'm in real trouble. I'm probably going to go 0-3 here. But it's a lose-lose because if I win, we're just going to hear Rob complain. And if I lose, Rob beats me. So, Game 2 is Nick versus Virgil. I'm going to give it to Nick for this one. Virgil has a lot of question marks on his team. Brandon Cooks hasn't really turned out to be the wide receiver that we all thought he would be in that offense. We'll see. I think Nick has the deeper bench here. Even if Murray's banged up, he can slot in Henry. So I'm giving this one to Nick. Game 3 is Kurt versus Crispy. Kurt's team looked real good last week. I expect that to continue. Antonio Brown didn't even put up a lot in that game, and I expect him to bounce back doing his usual. Crispy has Jordan Reed banged up, which caused a problem at tight end for him. So, yeah, I think Kurt goes 2-1 here. What would be game of the week if I wasn't playing Rob and we're both 0-2 would be the 2 undefeated teams going up against each other, Ariel versus Will. This one's too close to call. I don't know, I'll let you guys decide, so I'm giving this one a push. Game 5 is Mike going up against Jordan. I think Jordan has some work cut out for him this week against Mike. Mike's team's probably going to bounce back. Adam Thielen is a big question mark depending on how Bradford plays. But I'm going to give this one to Mike, and hopefully, Jordan, if you're watching this, don't play New England's defense. And last but not least, we have Pete going up against Rags. I think Rags finally gets a loss. I think Pete has Zeke and Lev show up, and Rags finally gets brought back down to earth a little bit. I see that he didn't make any crazy waiver moves this week, which was probably good for him and his team. So, yeah, giving this one to Pete. And that's all for today. I will see you guys next week, hopefully.